can get at times a little dramatic.
Terrorist. Face.
For $1 million.
Cute things, let's take a look at Domo-kun. So Domo-kun was a stop-motion animation Japanese television station's identification avatar who turned into a mimetic internet sensation when he appeared in this photo, which is funny. And this generated a number of the requisite derivatives across the web. But what's most notable here is that being quite so simple, Domo-kun is very easy to actually fabricate in real life. And so we have our first example, though we will see more as the evening goes, of internet memes that transcend the web to intrude upon the real world.
Speaking of cute Japanese things, according to Encyclopedia Dramatica, this guy was originally a cute cartoon bear from Japan called Kuma, literally meaning bear. His character history has been rewritten and repurposed by the internet, and he is now an adorable cartoon mascot for pedophilia. Here he is getting accosted by Chris Hansen, host of everyone's pedophile-themed reality TV show To Catch a Predator. He has his own advice dog variation called Youth Mentor Bear. You may find him responding to adult pornography on the image boards with something like this. Here he is executing hanging out at slumber parties, or with Michael Jackson. Sometimes at the maternity ward where he gets impatient. Or just, hanging out doing his thing. Which, okay, this can be fun, but pedo bear crosses a line for a lot of people. It's not a line crosser for me, but for some. I think we can all agree that sexually abusing children is not a funny thing to do. That child rape is not funny. What about this? Go to 4chan and other places where memes are born and images like this, and a whole lot worse, come up all the time. It's tempting to compare an image like the last one to the controversial New Yorker cover from last year, that the watermelon and the bucket of KFC on the podium is intended to lampoon the fear and racist stereotypes surrounding Obama's entrance to the White House. But I think that argument is giving those content creators too much credit. But dismissing them as white supremacists, or pedophiles, or rapists, or misogynists ignores the real motivation and interest of anonymous and the similar communities around the internet. They don't want to bring back slavery or fuck little boys. Everything they do for the lulz. And while, sure, okay, some of these kinds of images show up on white supremacist message boards and other places where like-minded troglodytes congregate, the real draw of this kind of content for Anonymous is the shock value, the act of transgression, the potential to get a reaction out of someone. These taboo themes are catnip for Anonymous. I won't argue that this kind of content is socially responsible or makes people more tolerant or well-behaved. It obviously isn't and doesn't. Thankfully, these things don't really make it out into the larger world. They are born and die on image boards. These memes are failed memes because no one wants to pass them on to their friends or family. People find these messages morally repugnant. But if you can't handle seeing this stuff from time to time on the internet, maybe you should get off the internet, because we are often reminded that the internet is serious business, which is also a meme.
Bear with me. Team Fortress 2 is an online multiplayer first-person shooter which allows you to edit character models, meaning you can change the appearance of the characters you play as in the game. One of these characters is called the Spy. A singular result of this feature appeared on 4chan. Anonymous took an edited model of the Spy and placed upon it the text, "Gentlemen." Subsequently, Anonymous sought further lulz through the manipulation and propagation of said image. The gentleman meme had begun. As one might guess, the novelty soon wore off. Anonymous sought further lulz, and 4chan collectively ratified the observance of Gentleman Day, an official holiday based on the image and its perceived characteristics. But this was still not enough. Anonymous then involved a well-known D-list celebrity.
Quiet for a second. I want you to have clean audio here for your meme. All right?
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, quiet for a second.
Gentlemen.
There we go. No, I'm happy to help you out with your meme, actually.
Well, thank you so much, Tom. You have a good night.
I like
Nigger, fat,
memes.
nigger, fat, nigger, fat, nigger, fat, nigger, fat, nigger.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Given the open
Well,
calling
that's it,
format
man.
of the
No more
show,
stuff.
this was
Memes
not
are
the
not
first
cool.
time B
After
had it
that,
out for Tom Green.
you learn.
Frequently,
You can't
Anonymous will
trust
call into
anybody.
Tom's show
Hello.
or other media outlets and spout obscenities or racist slogans, but not necessarily because they are racist. It has more to do with Steven's previous point. Anonymous is interested in trolling, in purposefully saying hurtful and controversial things just to provoke a response. This is exactly what can be meant when something is done for the lulz. Though the term is remarkably close to LOL, lulz can be insidious in nature. One might troll some poor, unsuspecting board member for an honest mistake, endlessly, for the lulz. For instance, one quiet day, or quiet as any day might get on 4chan, meaning to say there was probably quite a din, but it happened to be rather lacking in exploitable content, a noob, having stumbled into a situation which seemed to be of dire consequences, sought the advice of B. Betraying the cardinal law of the internets, Anonymous posted his query without first proofreading, and as is consistent with internet board law, all focus shifted from the expressive problem directly to his syntactical error. Hey B, I need your help. I accidentally 93 megs of RAR files, what should I do? Is this dangerous? To which B replied, oh, exploitable. Leaving out verbs now a meme. There are many examples of this meme, but the most popular hail from chat transcripts. When left to decide what the missing verb could possibly be, well, let's just say, the image isn't wholesome.
I just accidentally a Coca-Cola bottle. Is that bad?
Accidentally what?
A Coca-Cola bottle.
Well, what happened with the bottle? I can't understand with the way you're phrasing your question.
Oh, I was just messing around and I accidentally the whole bottle.
I think you're missing a word because I can't figure out what you did. Did you drink all the soda? Is the bottle broken? Is the bottle stuck somewhere?
Hold on one sec. I need to the bottle.
What the bottle?
Yeah, like the whole bottle. Lol.
Is there a man stuck in the bottle or is something else stuck in the bottle?
Well, yeah, you know when you and then the whole bottle gets stuck.
When you what?
Things can get far more obscene, though. Before the internet, it was difficult to see disturbing things unless you were an unlucky person or knew exactly where to look. Now, with our vast global information resources, anyone interested in seeing any manner of gore, filth, or other manner of disquieting depiction can do so without even breaking a sweat. Occasionally, it even happens accidentally. The original internet shock image was known as goatsy. The etymology of the name is unclear, but it should be noted that upon visiting the site, word origin would be one of the last things considering. The worst parts of the following image have been obscured so as to prevent any kind of emotional scarring. But, if you have an imagination, or if you are sensitive to this kind of thing, I suggest you look away. Okay, it's gone. Those of you curious about the rest of the image will be able to find it without trouble, but in your travels, keep one thing in mind. What is seen cannot be unseen. There are many shock images and now videos which have followed in Goatsy's footsteps. Like my high school psychology teacher, Mr. Rosenberg, who told me almost 10 years ago to forget the number 107 for homework, the more you try to forget the things you see, the more you guarantee their longevity. Remember, internet is serious business.
Boing Boing, one of the world's most popular blogs, knows that the internet is serious business, and so from time to time they put something horrible on their blog. Because horrible things can become important, serious internet business. But they also know that what has been seen cannot be unseen, so they always follow it up with what they call a unicorn chaser. To cleanse the mental palate of the horrible things shown in the video. Well, here's a video version just for you for being so good sitting through all that bad stuff. Whoa. Lag. I don't have time to show you more than this one, or even all of this one, but trust me, spend a few minutes on YouTube and you'll find out. Laughing baby is a meme.
This brings us more or less up to speed, meaning we've covered a lot of the groundwork. You understand largely from where we're coming internet history-wise. The following memes are a little bit lighter in history, as they are, by and large, newer, but heavier in media, as they are, by and large, video-based.
So what happens if we play back the baby laughing at 50% speed? about Jeff Goldblum shilling for Apple?
What do you think the greatest gift of the holidays is? Internet? I'd say internet. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's
Surely the
of
internet
course
can
as
do more than
easy
just
as
throw a
it's
video.
always been. You get a
Right, so a
knife.
notable aspect of the internet that we've been referencing but not describing explicitly is the way in which it and computers in general give people a set of tools and techniques that allow for a distributed, grassroots style of content creation. People these days are often able to find international or anonymous communities online centered around any number of obscure techniques. My favorite result of this is the YouTube community of people who use After Effects to give themselves the appearance of special powers. Beams, bolts, jumping through the air, flying, yes, going Super Saiyan. These videos come from all over the world. Not to mention the subcultures of people who upload static to YouTube. Just as much of it fabricated from After Effects as recorded, but other people compile playlists of these static. There exist pages and pages of static. There's also the communities of people that are really into making pictures of real buildings look like pictures of miniature buildings by tilt-shifting those photos, comparing techniques, generating tilt-shift photo generators for the rest of us. These memes are all based on advanced techniques, but really, some people don't need anything more than a simple webcam.
Starting with perhaps the most famous in real life.
A cheater, and
Chris
now
Crocker.
she's going through a custody battle. All you people care about is
10 years ago, he would have just been a
readers
weird
and
guy
making
living in his
money
grandparents'
off of
house in
her.
Tennessee
She's
with an
a
unhealthy
human.
obsession, an imaginary relationship with an American pop singer. Now he's
What
all
you
that.
don't realize is that
plus internet
Britney's
things.
making you all this
I
money,
think
and
he
all
may have
you
moved
do
to
is
Los
write a
Angeles.
bunch of crap
This
about
video
her.
alone has now
She
gained
hasn't
25
performed on
million
stage in
views.
years.
It has 361,415 comments. He's been parodied by Seth Green. He appeared as himself in the 2008 film Meet the Spartans, South Park, and others. Chris Crocker is a meme. Doing nothing is a meme.
Right, so the cult of personality has not weakened in the era of the internet. If anything, the bristling new reach of certain heretofore unknown personalities has created a new kind of celebrity. The internet celebrity, who inspires just as many imitations and impersonations, if not more, than your previously heralded Elvis Presley's, Marilyn Monroe's, or Michael Jackson's. And the best part of this is sometimes the person in question doesn't have to do anything at all. And everyone not only loves them for it, but wants to do nothing just like them.
Then, of course, there are the ones who can't help but make a racket. Boxy is a teenager. She has, or rather had, a YouTube account on which she posted nothing more than videos of herself speaking. But, as one blogger comments, this entire case demonstrates some rather brutal realities of current internet culture with lessons for all of us. So, what is it about Boxy that caused so much internet turmoil? Consider for a moment Anonymous's intense clan loyalty. As if not evident, one could argue that 4chan's unwavering dedication to the Hive cause is the pit from which it draws its dark power. 4chan is known for its twisted camaraderie and its perverted sense of almost incestuous loyalty. Consider what happens when someone manages to disrupt them. United they lull, and divided they fail.
Okay, hi. So, my name is Boxy, and it's been a while since I made a new video, so I decided that because of recent events that I could make a new video.
Like all internet media, with even a minor flash-in-the-pan popularity, Boxy's videos enjoyed a stint of discussion on B. B was unprecedentedly split in their opinion of Boxy. Some saw her as anathema, an internet trend to end all trends in a direct correlation to what B terms new fags, or the cancer which is killing B. Newer, younger users who are nothing more than seekers of attention rather than anonymous-style content creators. Others saw her as a breath of fresh air, some kind of internet-free spirit. One AE user explains that he likes Boxy because she is the antidote, the antithesis, the hemlock in the cup to internet tough guyism. While some users sought to uphold Boxy, some even referring to her as the new Queen of B, Others wanted nothing more than to encourage her downfall. CBRC, or the Center for Boxy Control and Restriction, was founded. Made up mostly of 4chan beatards, they managed to accomplish the hacking of her YouTube account and several MySpace profiles, some of which were actually set up by rival Boxy fiasco group Operation Valkyrie, which set out to flood the internet with as much Boxy content as possible. Free agent Boxy haters demanded that Moot, head admin of 4chan, make mentioning Boxy a bannable offense. Moot refused. Eventually, a denial of service attack was launched, and 4chan went down for 4 hours. Unheard of. Immediately following the crash, allegedly 50% of posts on B mentioned Boxy. 50% of at least a quarter of a day's worth of posts, which, at a low estimate, is 40,000. Boxy has since said raid yet to resurface to make another video. There was even a false rumor spread that she had become the latest Ann hero, that she had killed herself. The intense drama of the whole situation garnered news coverage from UK papers The Metro and even The Guardian. Her whole take on the situation has yet to be heard. In the last 2 weeks, postings have dropped off, and it appears as though the storm has passed. She will be remembered as the plucky girl from Gaia Online who managed to divide the indivisible.
As presenters, we are obligated to talk about this.
Let rain, some stay dry and others feel the pain.
A poster child for internet famous Tay is a lot of things, and many of them are not mimetic. But there's ample evidence that chocolate rain is certainly a behavior that spreads itself.
The school bookstores with hot spaghettios with once my face was
But that's all we're going to show, and now we're going to move on.
Granted, we don't know much about Matt's personality, but judging from the way he dances, it's safe to say he's a nerd. Surprise! He's a professional video game developer, or was, before he got fed up with the pervasive violence, quit his job, and decided to travel the world. To date, Matt has made and posted 3 videos in this vein. Dancing, dance music, foreign locations. This video, his most recent, is the result of 14 months of traveling to 42 different countries. It has been viewed over 19.3 million times on YouTube alone. And it doesn't even involve explosions.
There are tons of these, but I think this one is the best. These two gentlemen, Fritz Grobe and Stephen Volz, used 200 liters of Coke and over 500 Mentos mints to create a replica of the Bellagio fountains in Las Vegas. This video got so much attention it was nominated for an Emmy, and it doesn't even involve balloons.
The equations used to simulate the bouncing of an object with a certain weight and density in an atmosphere with Earth's gravity are shown here. Those of you interested in such matters will be disappointed to know that we will not be discussing this equation because this meme has more to do with breasts than it does with physics. There's not much to be said about the preponderance of bouncing animated GIFs on the internet. One could consider who it is that volunteers their body or time for this purpose. One could discuss the complete absence of the male counterpart. But one probably wouldn't, because one is too busy staring.
Teenagers have been sitting in their rooms singing along to their favorite songs since time immemorial. Now they can all post to YouTube, and a surprising many do, almost always under the title, Me Singing Fill in the Blank. Please to enjoy 8 different teenage girls singing Officially Missing You by Tamia. About any current pop song and find teenage girls and even a few teenage boys singing along. For more music on YouTube, Mike.
As one might guess from its name and co-suffixity with well-known titles like Tinsmith, Aerosmith, Blacksmith, Locksmith, and Swordsmith, Songsmith makes available to the end user a plethora of tools which will aid in the creation of terrible songs.
Into a microphone while the drummer plays along. And then when Songsmith makes the music,
this is actual Microsoft promotional material.
Now Songsmith comes up with the music that matches your voice. Sing into a microphone while the drummer plays along. And then when Songsmith you're on your way to a song.
And so, lulls were had by all, but the potential for future lulls was perceived as being through the roof. Observe, modern masterpieces of song as reconstructed by Microsoft's $29 Songsmith. That's right. Speaking of which, we hear parody is the highest compliment you can pay a work of art. We're not sure how Sting or the Beastie Boys would feel about this, but we can say that there are some people out there who do a damn fine Glenn Danzig impression.
Cherry Taylor got to not going with. The children not to clean my wares. But wait what they say. Mother.
And in case you were wondering, the answer is no. Nothing is sacred. You're interested in subverting, but the visuals.
Right. What can you do if you can't sing, dance, or play music? Then you, my friend, can get a copy of Windows Movie Maker, a connection to the internet, and make musical history from all the things you love the most.
Bitches love me 'cause they know that I can rhyme. Bitches love me 'cause they know that I can rhyme. Bitches love me 'cause they know that I can fight. Bitches love me 'cause they know that I'm on time. Throughout the projects.
But with all criticism of Pokemon mashups aside, some music-created variations on pop songs and music videos are genuinely impressive. These variations and videos aren't popular because of their misapplication of children's cartoon icons. These videos are loved because they are awesome. Presenting Deaf Hands.
Work it, make it, do it, make sense. Harder, better, faster, stronger. More than power, never.
And after Deaf Hands came Daft Bodies.
Work it, make it, do it, make sense.
And not surprisingly, both videos have spawned a league of knockoffs. And what's most notable is that very few are interested in applying the Daft model to other songs. Most are just interested in recreating a direct copy of the originals, hoping to one-up the original creators. But unfortunately, most of the imitators fall really, really short. This next one is the most popular of them. But there's some videos out there that take the risk and try to apply their own angle.
More than power, never, faster, stronger.
Okay, so what if Daft Hands is a little too safe? You're looking to get your dance on, but you also want to involve an element of danger, and perhaps a gigantic yellow school bus. Originating in the Bay Area of San Francisco, ghost riding is part dancing, part of a history lesson, an all-around pretty bad idea. Originally relegated to sideshows, unorganized East Bay demonstrations of automobile stunt prowess determined nationwide exposure in 2006 when Oakland-based rapper Mr. Fab released his single, Ghost Ride, which prominently features a sample from the Ghostbusters theme. The form has inspired many imitators.
And you feel like a star. Okay, what you gonna do? What's the party? When you get a new car.
nicely into our next meme, hip covers of hip-hop classics. Why is it that skinny white kids get such a kick out of co-opting black culture?
Use them, love them, leave them, cause I don't really need them. Take them out the hood, keep them looking good, but I don't even feed them. First time they fuss, I'm breathing.
Of course, there are also the heartfelt, creative renditions which not only do the original some justice, but add that little something special only a white guy with a beard and an acoustic guitar could add.
Baby, don't mess around because you love me so, because I know for sure.
There are also those covers made by a room of about 100 people on a Tuesday night at Third Ward.
Hi, this is for Tim, Ham, and Kevin. Yeah. Okay. Soldier boy up in the sun, watch me drink it, watch me roll, watch me drink that soldier boy, now Superman the hoe, watch me you drink that soldier boy, you drink that
So
soldier
many of you in the audience may recognize the tune of Crank That. Crank That, a song, video, and dance created by Soulja Boy, young southern rapper du jour, is a meme among memes. There are two separate versions of the music video online, each netting over 40 million views, and an instruction video with the same, putting a modest estimate of the views for this phenomenon around 120 million. Not to mention that Crank That was created to be mimetic. It was a challenge and invitation to everyone out there to make and add and iterate their own content, and the world has replied in high form.